Okay, I'm going to continue on here. We, when we got out on the parade, when you're at MCRD, they got a great big parade field. I'm telling you, it's a humongous thing, you know. And anyway, we did most of our practice and drilling out there where the HUP 2, 3, 4 stuff, and the manual arms, and you know, column rights, column lefts, and right a blank, right oblique, and all that good stuff, and you know, oh Lordy, I don't know all that. We did it. But what I was going to tell you, there was only about maybe 10 or 12 out of that. I don't know how many was in that thing, 60 or 70, I guess we started out with. I don't really know. But anyway, there was only about 12 of us that actually was able to do all those calisthenics that they wanted us to do. One of the hardest ones was when they had you to get down and squat and duck waddle with a rifle over your head. Now that was a tough one. And there's only about 12 of us that could actually do it. The rest of the platoon, boy, I don't know if I should tell you what the name of that they marched people that didn't. Some of the dudes that didn't really get it. They wasn't very good at doing what they was told to do, or having a hard time trying to do the manual of arms and the short order drills and all that stuff. They had to march 20 paces behind the platoon. And, well, hell, I'm just going to tell you what it is. We've been saying a lot of stuff. They called them shitbirds, you know. And we had quite a few of them. There was maybe 10 or 12, 15 of them back there. They had to march behind the platoon when we was out drilling. They wasn't good enough to, till they got their act together, they couldn't join the main force. Up there, And actually, when you do some of those really tough drills, I was in good shape for some reason. I don't know why, but I was able to do most of that stuff, And anyway, I think that's kind of why they made me right guard, right guide. I mean, because I already knew the manual arms, and they could, they trained to watch that kind of stuff and notice things like that. And anyway, we moved out to. Oh, I got to tell you about this one. Woo-hoo. Oh, this is a good one. We went out to the rifle range. Now, I got in some trouble out there at the rifle range. We were marching, we'd go out and we were shooting and learning to shoot the M1s, and we were marching back. There was a tent area. We were living in tents out there at the rifle range. And we were marching back to the tent area, and we were going up, and I was right guide. But I wasn't carrying that pole. When we were out at the rifle range, I had my rifle with me. And I had it slung up on my shoulder there. We were doing sling arms, and coming back to the tent area. And as we were marching into the tent area, there was some dude that walked across our tent area. And the DI said, "Get that man." And by that time, I'd been brainwashed. Man, I was a killer. They done made a killer out of me. I took off after him, and I knocked him on the ground, and I was beating the crap out of him. And the DI come up and jerked me about his collar and jerked me up, and boy, he read me the riot act. Oh my God, I dropped my rifle in the dirt while I was attacking him. I mean, that's a no-no, I don't care, what happened. Don't drop your rifle. Oh my God! It just so happened that we went back to They didn't stand in the tent. They marched us back. We picked up some of our gear. We wasn't through with the. I don't know why we went back, but we did, or maybe we didn't, and they just sent me. Hell, I don't know. But anyway, I had to run around that damn. If any of your dudes that's ever been to MCRD and looked at that parade field out there, that is one large parade field. And I was told to run around that parade field with a rifle over my head, and that started out about an hour before sundown. And oh man, I'm telling you that that first arrow was a killer. Then, oh Lord, I got to where I was doing slow motion, especially when I would get from the Quonset hut where we were at, and I'd get down the other end of that prairie field. I tried to put that rifle on my shoulder, you know, and especially after it got dark. I couldn't wait. Boy, I was so glad when it turned dark. About half of that prairie field, a little over half of that prairie field was dark. And up the other end, I could lift that rifle up, and I could kind of halfway run till I got around to the other side, outside edge of it, and started back into that dark. As soon as I got into the dark area there, the rifle went down on my shoulder, and I started walking. And God, I did that up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and we had 2 DIs. And I don't know the names of either one of them, but one of them a little bit smaller than the other one, and he was sort of second in command. He never really gave a lot of orders. He just stand around and looked. But anyway, he come back, and just I was lucky enough to be up at the field where he could see me when he come in. He saw me out there, and he walked up and said, asked me what my name was, and God, I snapped to attention, and I'd give him my name, you know, and blah, 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 and, you know, and he said, well, what are you doing here? And I told him, Corporal so-and-so told me to drive around this field. And he said, well, go to put your rifle, you know, go to the hut and get in your bed or something. I don't remember what he said. Anyway, God, that's the sweetest word I'd heard in quite a while. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I went in and I finally got in that bed, and oh God, I was dead. And we went back to the rifle range next day, taking our rifles. I don't know why we come in. I have no idea. Of course, I didn't know. Nobody told me doodly squat about nothing. You know, I just do what I told. They made a killer out of me. I didn't think it could be done, but they did. You know. But anyway, we got to the rifle range, and I'd been shot, and I'd shot 22s practically my whole life. You know, at different things, and I was a good shot, and I never missed I hit the bullseye every time. I hadn't missed a darn one. You know, the 100 yards, the 200 yards, sitting, stealing, sitting, kneeling, you know, laying down, prone, and standing up, and all that good stuff. Finally got back to 500 yards, but there was only about 12 or 13 of us that actually was shooting back that was firing, I guess I should say, back at 500 yard range, you know. So there wasn't no full complement. The whole company wasn't doing it for some reason. They just was about, I think they were looking for snipers because I hadn't missed a target yet, and I don't think any of them others did either. I'd always hit the black mark. I always got them black. If you hit the target, the middle part of it, they had a little black piece of tin that on the end of the stick that they would jump up. And if you shot 10 shots, you get 10 of them things. They'd bring it down, bring it up, and you could count them, and you could tell how many times you hit the bullseye. Well, I hadn't missed anything. I'd hit them all. That's what I was doing back at the 500 yards, laying down, and we was going to shoot. I know they were looking for snipers, and I thought sure as world I was going to, make sniper. And anyway, I laid down. I shot my 10 shots. Oh my God, you ain't gonna believe what happened. I looked up, and I got 10 maggot drawers. Now, what a maggot drawer is a red flag. And what that means is that you missed the target completely. I missed the target completely. I shot the wrong target. I shot the one off to the right. And turned out that I hit that one 10 times, but they don't give you a second chance. I mean, you just got one chance to do right. If you don't do right, that's too bad. That's tough. So I missed being an expert. I still made marksman, but I missed being an expert. And what it really boils down to, that was the luckiest thing, I guess, that I had ever done in my life. But at the time, I was devastated But see, let me really tell you why. God, when I say God's looking after me, had I shot that target and hit it with 10 bullseye, I would have been a sniper, and they would have sent me to Korea. As it was, I didn't get sent to Korea, and when the boot camp was over with, out of the however many, 60 or I don't know how many people graduated from boot camp, but however many did, half of them went to combat training, half of them went to tanks, and guess who? The only guy in that whole platoon that actually got a school stateside. Guess who that was? Old yours truly. But boy, I caught hell for it, I'll tell you that. You know, oh Lord have mercy. Oh, the last day when they give out your, you know, tell you what your orders are, you know, tell you where you're going and everything. I was the only one that didn't get combat training, you know. You can call tanks combat training. They tell you the whole platoon went to Korea, except me. I got sent to, you know, I was telling you that I got sent to San Francisco. Actually, it was Yerba Buena Island, which was on the middle of the San Francisco to what's that other? Darn, I can't ever think of that other town over there. Earlier I couldn't think of it, and I thought of it 2 or 3 times since then, and now I can't think of it again. Oakland. It was Oakland Bay Bridge. They called it the Oakland Bay Bridge. It was the very center of that. It was between San Francisco and Oakland, and the very center of it was an island called, I think I said this once before, Yerba Buena, but they called it Treasure Island for some reason, a nickname or something, I don't know. But it was a big naval base, and they had a naval school there, and that's where I got sent. That's how I got training to electronics and stuff, and I was the only one out of the whole outfit that got school other than combat training. All the rest of that outfit, that boot camp I went through, all the rest of them got sent to Korea. Now, I was on that island. I don't know. They had a big troop ship to come in. A bunch of it landed on that island. And I didn't know who these. They say there was some guys coming back from Korea, and of course I had on a marine green uniform, and you know, I had pleated shirts, and boy, I mean, I had a belt buckle that you could see your face in, and my shoes were shined. You could see your face. I mean, I was spick boy, I was really spiffy. God, I was dressed fit to kill, man. Had me a little piss cutter on the side of my head, and I went out to see this boat. He's coming in with all these guys coming back from Korea. And I thought, well, maybe I'll recognize. I didn't know anybody's name, but I thought I could have recognized a couple of them, you know, or a few of them anyway. But anyway, I went there. Boy, the first 2 guys that come off that boat, I turned around and I headed back to my school, to my barracks where I was staying there. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I don't know if you've ever stared at people that I mean, those poor guys, my God almighty, I never seen such a look on people's face. I hope I never see that again. Them guys coming off that boat had looks on their face like you ain't never seen before. It's like they was death, man. I mean, they didn't look at you. They just stared straight ahead, you know. And oh my God, I never seen such a look on anybody's face. And there I was. They was all in dirty uniforms, you know, and all shaved, hadn't shaved, and oh my God. And there I was standing piffy as I could be, you know. Oh Lord, boy, about the second guy come off that thing, I turned around and I got the hell out of there. You know, I went on back. Holy moly, I didn't want them guys to see me, you know. But anyway, I got to quit this one.